trying to decide if your shirt is like a design or if it's a bunch of like
It's birds.
It's flying in circles, lost in a herd. What do you call birds like in a flock?
A flock.
A flock.
That is
I was going to say a
correct.
swarm, but
This is the wrong. Sorry, I am on my phone because I was just telling you about my horrific experience today.
first of all, there's nothing about this experience that sounds horrific.
Are you kidding me?
Like not getting salad dressing to me is kind of like, someone forgot. Like they forgot.
You're not a dressing guy. Okay.
You're right. I actually
He's
don't.
someone who eats a salad and he's like, I'm okay without it. I'm like, give me the dressing plus another dressing on the side. And then you might as well make it two because I want every bite
I'll
dunked.
I'll dip. I like to dunk.
That's what I
'cause
was gonna
don't like
do.
to
I wanted it
overcoat-
on the
I don't like to
side.
overcoat my salad.
I was
There
pissed.
are certain ones like the 1905.
Oh, Columbia salad.
It's coated. I mean, they
Yeah,
mix
they dress it at the
You know,
table
they dress
for
it at
you.
the table, so it's pretty
Yeah.
freshly dressed.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you've got like stuff. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
You just got stuff all over your
Wow, I'm
shirt.
glad we got that on film. It's like assaulted.
Abuse.
I bet you if you play that in reverse, it's like you punched me.
And it's, I snagged
Well, you pulled
the,
so violently backwards, so if you literally did it in reverse, it would look like you were.
I snagged the cord accidentally.
You did.
Yeah. But no, so I went to pick up lunch on my way to the office today because I had an appointment
By the
this
way,
morning.
I never eat lunch, and everyone always is like, "Oh, you never eat lunch," da, da, da. And I'm like, "Yeah, there's so much work
He
to
never
do."
eats lunch.
And then
I heard today Kyle picked you up Chick-fil-A once and Megan went the
no,
other day.
no.
No.
Okay, there was one time when I believe that our team from overseas was here, and they left. Okay, and it was like at noon, and they got back at like 2:00.
So they took a 2-hour lunch.
Right, yeah, and it was just like, "Hey, here's your cold nuggets," you know.
Cold?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm just making it up, but the reality is like,
Well, all Megan said was she went to go the other day and she didn't even offer because after that fiasco, you showed them your blood sugar skyrocketed.
yeah, you know, I mean, you have the app. Matter of fact, I wonder how it happened with these tacos real quick.
I got him tacos. Anyway, he got tacos. I had a salad and it was shredded chicken, which I've never noticed is so dry before in my entire life. Because of the lack of dressing, I might never order this item again.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. You just went on your phone to check your levels, and instead of checking your levels,
I did.
you checked a text.
No. I totally did check the levels, but it wasn't impressive. Like
It didn't shoot up.
I use
so
Aligo,
tacos is a good diet.
and so it's went up, but I'm still like in the total good range.
Nice.
Like, you know, I'm 133 right now.
Very nice.
So I've actually gone like a month or maybe 2 months without wearing my little
Glucose
thing.
detector.
Because one, it's like it stabs you, you know? Like anyone, first of all, I actually should probably see if these are now covered underneath our new insurance.
Oh, I bet they are.
Because before they weren't. And so they're $50 a piece every 2 weeks, $50, $100 a month to have a little monitor.
Well,
on my
your
arm.
insurance has changed drastically.
I know.
You used to pay $1,000.
Well, here's the thing is that, when you subscribe to a product on Amazon, it just keeps coming. Unsubscribing from a product on Amazon is not easy.
I do need help.
Well, yeah, I literally couldn't figure out how to cancel it. I had to just delay it. So I've got a stack of 4 boxes. I have $200 in sensors
Well, I will tell you.
on my desk.
So that's hilarious that you...
What? You were wondering why they kept piling up, but I
No,
wasn't doing
and then
anything?
you were like, I got to stop it. What's funny is you had a stockpile, and I thought you were like, this is getting too expensive. I can't use them. So I thought you weren't wearing them because you just didn't have any, when really you had like an ample supply and stopped
Because it's on
wearing
auto
them.
ship every 2 weeks.
Okay, so what's so funny is that I started getting our dog's food auto shipped from Amazon, and she was running out of food earlier than I expected. And you were like, we need to order food. So I went on Amazon to be like, okay, when's this coming? And the subscription didn't have it coming for another week. So I was like, okay, I'm like, I need this. There's all these buttons. Do you need this sooner? And it's like, add to cart right now. So I add it to cart. Well, then it's still coming in a week. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Calm down, Amazon. I was like, okay, now I need to cancel
So
the.
it's horrific, but it's also, we do the same strategy in Stay Cool, Because if you do not, like
if people have a unit.
yeah, if you have a unit at 11 o'clock, we send you a message and we go, do you want to keep this unit for the day? Let us know within the next hour. Otherwise, we're charging you.
That's different.
No, because if you don't get to it by time, there's nothing you can do. We've charged you. Boom, boom, $88, $20.
But you give until 11 a.m.
$10.
Like you either need it that day or you don't.
Change
because that's almost a full. That's half a day anyway that you weren't going to charge for if they said come.
We
pick
changed
it up
our
then.
business model at the tail end of last year, and it did cost us some money, but I felt like I was taking advantage of our customers. Because we would...
Well, you weren't, but you changed it just because you wanted to be even more
right,
fair. You learn as you...
Right. We just want to be a great value for the money. And what would happen is that after the 10 days, we would charge the full price again.
So first of all, for anybody listening who's unaware of the business, because we oftentimes forget to give context, Stay Cool is our portable air conditioning unit business, where if somebody's air conditioning runs out, the air conditioning company fixing
Well, first of all, the air
issue.
conditioning does not run out. It just breaks.
Okay.
Like, have you ever
thought
sat
it
there?
had
First of all,
legs
have
and
you
ran
ever looked
out
at me
of
and
the
been like,
house.
hey, the air conditioning ran out?
That's definitely something that I would say.
Really?
I just said it.
I don't know. If I would like to know how many people said that their
First of all, no one,
ran
okay?
out.
It's not correct, but people knew what I meant. At least I'm giving some context surrounding the brand. My God.
So we provide temp AC by little stand-up units, and we bridge the gap. We call it the comfort gap. And so I call it the comfort gap. Did you know that?
No, but I was just looking at your T-shirt, and I feel
Yes.
like we need a Business and Belly Laughs logo, and we need a T-shirt.
Oh, really? So actually, this is actually
you're
a
in the
tease
wrong-
because
Oh, this is your tease?
No, this is accidental. I'm wearing this shirt because this is the shirt I had on at this morning's podcast, which we now film every day.
You spilled a little.
Thank you. we film the new podcast every day at 9:30 for a half hour. And they're very short, but to keep my energy levels high, first thing in the morning, no yawning, high energy. We do it first thing, which helps because it's like lightning fast. Like I'm blah, blah, blah. Anyways.
Is it first thing in the morning?
Well, first thing for a lot of people. Why? Did I say first thing more than once?
Yeah.
So first thing this morning, we went ahead and I did that on purpose. We filmed and I just forgot to change my shirt. So I might as well just say, like, we have a new venture coming out called Moonlight or Die. And it is all about podcasts, talking about starting your own business in the wee hours of the night, right? You know, getting everything ready, doing your side hustle, etc. It's called Moonlight or Die because if you're not, pursuing that and you don't love your job, then you'll just die. I mean, we all die, but you'll die extra special.
I think it's more of like
It's our sales arm for our ventures.
you're saying you'll just die. I think that
You die a little inside.
exactly, it's soul crushing.
It's more soul crushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. We're literally working for 8 hours a day. I mean, most people are working for, I work for like 12 hours a day, but the thing is, I love my 12 hours.
Are you wanting me to say I do too?
Oh, I want you to be like, you do love your 12 hours.
Oh yeah, you do.
Do you love your 12 hours?
Yeah, I love most of them.
Or do you love your 2 hours?
Two.
Yeah.
Oh, working? Yeah. Oh, I thought, well, my 12 hours are spent with our daughter, and I do love
And you
them.
do love that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is, the benefit of being home. But it's like, it's that balance.
But there is while
we
she
just
naps,
had this
I'm a professional.
conversation the other
Yes.
day about how much you were like, I didn't realize how much I would truly love this. I miss what I was doing. Don't get me wrong. But you just absolutely love what you have.
Yeah, I mean, she's so cool, and she changes every day. So
Yeah.
she's my best friend.
She is.
Yeah.
She is the best. I can't wait till she wakes up every morning. I like to just go.
We
get
are
her.
so all over the place with this
I
podcast
know.
right now. So, okay, we were talking about Stay Cool.
Yeah.
And
So
we were saying that it was a temp AC business, and you were saying that we changed the model, going
Yes.
back full circle, because not that we were taking advantage of our customers, but you wanted to provide the greatest value to our customers. So essentially, what happens in the business is if somebody's AC is broken and the AC company is going to fix it, but can't fix it that day, then
Yes.
someone who's in the heat of Florida needs some reprieve. You
Right.
call it
They
the
need
comfort
reprieve.
gap. And so we provide temporary units to provide air conditioning via, a plug being plugged in. They don't have to buy the unit. They don't have to store something they're hopefully never going to need to use
Yeah,
again.
because no one's going to sit there and drop $1,000 to keep cold
Multiple
for a couple
units,
days,
because it takes more than one unit to cool your house,
well,
especially in
it's
Florida.
really more of like for your bedroom, or maybe throw one in the living room so you're not sweating. But
Right.
really, it's to be comfortable at night.
Saves you from
and
going to a
sleep.
hotel, blah, blah,
Because
blah.
no one can sleep without air conditioning.
But people get it for 10
except
days.
for our lead developer.
What is it? 10 days.
So
That's what you were talking about.
so our rental goes for 10 days, but it's $200. But we collect the $200 the very first 3 days. So it basically goes, the first day is the cost of the units plus the delivery fee. So it could be like $100 the first day. The next day, it is the cost of the rental of the units. So then it'd be $40 a day, it'd be $80. And then the third day is just the balance to get it to $200. Then it can stay for free from day 4 to day 10. Because and here's the thing, is that we collect all of our money the first 3 days, because most units are only there for 3 days. So most of our units just rent for $200 for 3 days. But if something goes longer, our units can stay there. When they get to the 10-day mark, on the 11th day,
They need to say, come pick it up by 11 or we charge them again.
No, every day we send that text.
Okay.
Because, okay, let me back up. The $200 for the 10-day rental is with our HVAC partner companies. These are people that call us they're our partners.
They're the ones
If
fixing
you
the
are an
broken
individual and you just call Stay Cool off the street, you pay every day.
machine. Right.
So there's no discount, there's no cap.
Well,
It's
and there's
just-
no 10 days. Yeah.
There's no 10 days. If you for 5 days, you paid for 5 days.
Right.
So your bill might be $400 or $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why did you think you were taking advantage of people?
Because what would happen is that day 11, we would bill, they're $100, and then they would pick the unit up at like day 12 or day 13. So I kind of felt like for a 13-day rental, we got $400, and it just was, I felt like,
Seems fair to me.
yeah. Well, we ended up changing it to just $10 a day after 10 days.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I think we should double it to per unit, though.
I would.
Yeah.
Why don't you change that before season starts?
I probably
We got to make
should.
money. I think you undervalue sometimes
Everyone
the service that you're
undervalues, especially
providing.
younger people like me. You tend to undervalue
Oh my
your
God.
work.
First of all, you just said younger. I forgot to even tell Maria today. Is this light dim? Or did we okay, it is dimmer. This Moonlight or Die podcast is on a black background, and every day I walk in and I'm getting blinded, and it's just
But you know what?
feels
You're
close.
glowing. I like to think of as you glowing in the podcast.
Why thank you.
And even last night, a
So
good friend of yours
sweet.
was saying, "You're just glowing. You're like, you look so good. What's going on with you?"
And
you're
I
like,
said I'm not drinking alcohol.
"You're like, I'm not drinking wine, so I'm feeling great."
No, literally.
And you're
it
shining.
makes my under my eyes
Like a
poofy and like inflamed.
Yeah.
I said to the doctor this morning, because I had an appointment this morning, she was like, "You look so good." And I was like,
Thank you.
I said thank you, but I said I feel like, not to be conceited, I was like, I feel like I'm looking a little too good to be as far along as I am. And she was like, "No, you're fine." She was like, "Talk to me in 10 weeks. I was like, okay.
That's funny.
But
That's funny.
anyway, the light's making me glow.
So yeah, so
And stay
basically,
cool. Let's just up the price and move on from the topic.
I will upgrade the price. I'm glad we had this conversation. That's really good.
We're boring
Moonlight
our
or Die coming very soon.
and-
Brought on a new QA resource to help QA the Moonlight or Die
You didn't
site.
bring on a new resource. You're leveraging your number one employee, aka my dad.
I know. I love
Well, and by the way, he was a QA in real life.
exactly.
That
And
was
that's
his
why
profession for
sometimes
years.
you got to
He
bring in
loves
the,
that
the
shit.
cavalry. And of course, he tests something. I'm like, there's no way. He reported an error. I'm like, there's no way that
And it
doesn't
was.
work. Well, yes, it wasn't working. But the reason is that I went in and changed a description, and I didn't realize it, but the description I changed was actually a product key. And so I changed the product key, so it stopped working.
Okay, but he found an issue.
No. He did it perfect. He did perfect.
He'll find things.
Oh, I know.
He finds things on things you don't ask him to QA.
I know he does. He like, by the way, I was on your
He
site.
messages, he's
over
like,
here.
I'm not sure
Did
if you're
you mean
aware.
for this to turn red and blink
Yeah.
and flash twice and catch on fire? I'm like, Jerry, what are you doing? No one's supposed to know about that. The secret button.
I know. So we're kind of touching on all the ventures here, but this.
And speaking of ventures, and I will tell you, I'm super excited because a couple things. One, the team's doing some rock star things, and home inspection reports generated a full report today. Like, it needs some cleanup and stuff, but it fucking worked, man. Like, I'm so stoked. Like,
It's always good when a
it's
product
like,
works
I
that
tell
people
ya,
are already
when
buying.
the dream's coming together, I'm like, this is awesome. And then we demoed accounting for Kaloop today.
Okay.
And so we bought another piece of software, and
Huh?
oh, I didn't tell you that.
Oh my God.
So we bought another software package so that we didn't have to build accounting software. And so we stood it up in its own instance. And now we're basically APIing into our own software, and we can create unlimited QuickBooks accounts for pennies now. So the goal is that every
At the
association,
small cost of $1 million, you can create accounts for pennies. Sounds like a deal.
yeah, and we can charge people $2
There you
a
go.
month. Recurring revenue, baby.
I love it.
No, we're actually going to be charging for the bookkeeping service, and it'll just come. The bookkeeper will be hourly, and then the software will automatically come with it, right? Because we get 10% of what we take in the software. So
much going on. And then, so Dusted is our steak seasoning.
Yes.
And this past weekend, you tried out a little new recipe.
I know, but if we talk about it, one of our listeners might. I was going to surprise them.
Oh.
So I didn't know that's where you're going. But we came up with gamed. We have a couple new. So one of the things that Barrett wants to do is last year we were very successful with brined. So everything that we have is kind of like dusted, blackened, brined. And so he's like, we have the turkeys covered. Maybe we should do the hams. And
Ham?
Ham. So seasoned ham.
Hate ham.
I know you do. So we're going to call it swined.
No, I don't like that.
Why not?
I don't like ham, and I don't like the name, but I really don't. Swine?
I think it's just because you don't like ham.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You'd be better calling it hammed.
No. Because it's not called turkeyed. It's called brined.
But brining is the salt marinade that you're putting the turkey in. It's
Right.
it's the
and
salt
this is called
bath.
swined.
But swine is the type of animal.
I know.
So it's not the same. Like blackened is the seasoning and dusted is the seasoning. But swine is just another word. You might as well call it pigged.
Okay, first of all, you do make a very good point, and I will rethink my strategy.
What is the seasoning for the ham?
But speaking of seasoning.
Is it like
okay,
honey glaze?
okay.
Is it brown sugar?
First of all.
What is it?
Yeah, it'll probably be like a brown sugar in a package called swined. Like
Just call it sugared.
sugared. Okay. Maybe like sweeted.
Sweeted? That's
But
pretty
okay,
bad.
But because we're on seasonings and everything else, I have to share something, which just goes between. I'm not sure if it's just because of our natural competitiveness.
Are you
that we
about to
have.
bring up?
Chipotle?
Oh,
I am 100%
my
about to bring up
God.
Chipotle. So you went and bought a pork.
You
butt.
guys.
No. First, you bought a pork butt,
Can I
and you made this dish.
It was a pork
and
shoulder.
you threw oranges in it, right?
Hold on.
And-
Wait. We will take a poll, Maria. I would like a poll on this topic. I was making carnitas. Okay.
Carnitas.
Does the dish have oranges,
No.
fresh orange juice in it, or not? I would
No.
like a public opinion.
Okay, the answer is no.
Answer's
And then you
yes.
made it, and I tasted it, and I was like, it's
Do you think
good.
yes? Maria's on the
I was
poll
like, it's
of
good,
yes.
but it's not my jam.
So he
And-
first of all, he comes home on a Monday to a homemade meal with like homemade tortillas. I mean,
Okay, they weren't homemade tortillas.
They were.
from Whole Foods.
no, someone made them homemade. They were not.
They
were
were
like
homemade,
authentic.
trucked across the country. They were homemade in a
No,
little
someone
pueblo.
pressed them in their
Pueblo across the
backyard.
border.
So anyway, I slaved getting this pork ready
Do you ever
with
see
the
those
baby
machines
there. I had a
where they
million
throw
other
the dough
things
in
to
it
do.
and it like shoots out like the fresh tortilla?
You press it. That's what I'm saying.
No, they have these machines that you throw it in. It's like 2 rollers, and it like makes the little round, and you throw it in the.
But I made him a homemade dinner, and you're expecting me to come in and be like, "Oh my God, this is amazing that you threw this together and pulled
did
it out
say
of your
that.
ass on a Monday with the child and 10 loads of laundry after the crazy weekend we
First
had."
of all, if you ever did 10 loads of laundry, freaking the sky's falling.
First of all, I used to do 10 loads of laundry easy with the amount of times I'd hit the darn dryer button. Thank you, Mom and Dad. We love you dearly. But
Oh, they got us a dryer for Christmas.
yeah, we got a dryer. It saved my life. But anyway, and all of your lives, because now you don't have to hear about the dryer anymore.
But you know what's really funny? It's
So
like,
wait a second.
it's like you're sitting there. It's like we always give a hard time. Like it's like, hey, thanks parents for getting us this appliance that we really needed, that we refused to buy for ourselves.
What do you mean we give a hard time?
Like, we always talk about like, parents
Oh,
giving.
I'm pissed.
And
For
and we
anyone
see people
listening,
who give, and you're
our
like,
TV
these people,
Our TV sucks. Okay?
first world problems.
No, we need a new TV. It literally, last night, every time I put my show on, the stupid thing froze. And then, do you know what I wound up doing to finish my show?
What?
Sitting on the couch with an 80-inch TV in front of me, and I put it on my phone. That's how sick of turning on and off the TV I was.
Well, you know what? We're going to work towards this goal.
Well, we got this silly little lake condo that I love, but the freaking, you bought a new stove for that, and it turned out to be an electricity issue. Could have been my TV.
It could have been the TV. Although you said, like we said before, like that could have burned the place down.
Yes. Anyway,
So-
so hold on. We got way off topic. Carnitas do have oranges, fresh orange juice.
And I told you that
onions and
Chipotle
jalapenos.
does not have orange in it.
I
And you
said-
said, yes, it does.
No, he goes, I don't like
So
this.
what's funny about
Hold
this
on.
story
Wait.
is that the next day I come home and we're kind of chit chatting, kind of catching up at the end of the day, and you kind of look at me and you kind of go, "Oh, by the way, you're right. Chipotle does not have orange
in their recipe.
in their recipe." And I was like, "Well, thank you." And then I started thinking about it. I go, "You little son of a biscuit." You went and you wanted to actually prove me wrong.
I certainly wasn't
That
looking
orange,
to prove
yes,
you right.
yes. This was not like this thing like, hey, I just want to let you know that you're right. I confirmed it.
Well,
it was
I
kind of like,
did find
I was
out you
totally
were
going to
right.
try to prove you wrong.
You would have never looked again.
And then I was found to be proved wrong. But I'm very proud of you
That
because
I
you
told
could have
you.
kept it to yourself.
I could have.
And you
I will tell you,
told
I was
me.
shocked. Juniper berries and water.
That's what the recipe is?
Yeah, and like onion.
Is that what a juniper berry is?
What do you mean? Is that what a juniper berry is? You're acting like you know what one is, like that you see it in the pork at.
What's a juniper berry? I'm serious. You just called it an onion, and I'm sitting here having a life existential crisis, thinking that onions are actually called juniper berries, and I've been misled my entire
No.
life.
You know what a juniper berry is? It's like
No.
a gin.
No.
It's an aroma. It's a berry.
Okay, it's just a berry.
Juniper.
I've never heard of a juniper berry.
Bull.
I've heard of juniper.
Bombay sapphire is like juniper berries. You put them in. Anyway, they use it in their
They
pork.
make alcohol out of juniper berries?
Yeah.
It's not just a flavor. They
It
actually
is a flavor. That's what I'm saying. They add it to the gin. Gin
Okay.
is not, the
Okay.
juniper berries are not
Well,
making, it's not like agave makes
they don't take
tequila.
a gava and they make a tequila, and you go, oh, it's,
Okay. What did you just say? They don't take agave and make tequila? It's agave.
That's what I said. I said agave. They don't take agave.
Literally, Maria didn't even know what you were trying
Okay,
to say.
you take agave and you make tequila. So I'm asking you, do you take juniper berries and
No.
make gin?
No.
What is gin made out of?
I don't know.
We're going to have to find out.
I don't know. Like you can
Is
make
it potatoes?
vodka. No,
Like vodka's
vodka's potatoes.
potatoes.
Not always.
Rum is sugar.
Rum's not all just sugar.
Yeah, rum is from sugar.
Sugar cane. Anyway, the juniper berries flavor different
Okay.
gins, but I'm very curious now what gin is made of. But no, juniper berries is truly just a berry for flavor.
Juniper berries.
Makes gin.
Yeah.
See,
Holy schmoly. So they put juniper berries inside Chipotle?
yeah.
So it's like we're having gin?
No, it's just a flavor. But that's why you like it. So here's what I said. I was like, I made carnitas. I was so happy. I
That's
thought
why I
it
feel
tasted
good.
delicious. And he was like, He was like, I don't know, something's off with it. It's fine. It's not for me.
I did
you
not
always
say fine.
You're like, how? I go, how is it? And you're like, good. And I'm like, oh, he didn't like
Oh,
it.
shit, he didn't like it.
And so then you were like, well, what is it? And I was like, it's carnitas. And you were like, oh, I don't like carnitas. And I'm like, it is literally what you order from Chipotle every single time. So that's how it began.
No, but I asked what meat it was. I was like, is
pork
this-
shoulder.
I was like, and he's like, so Chipotle uses pork shoulder?
But then last night, so he didn't like the pork. I would have eaten it for lunch this week. And then last night, he's like, I'm hungry. Should I eat the rest of that pork? And I'm like,
I didn't dislike it.
okay. He warmed
But then I
it
took a
up.
couple bites and I was kind of like, I don't know.
He like
if I
warmed
wanna
it up
eat
just
this.
to tell me he still didn't like it. And then I'm like, well, now you've heated it up.
And you're like, now you have to eat it. You made me feel good, so I just ate it all. And I paid the price.
No, God. We all paid the price. Holy shit. Anyway.
Nothing holy.
So, really? I don't even know how to move on from that. You're going to need to take us away.
So
Why did you even bring up the pork shoulder? Oh, just
because we live our life in a level of competition.
And I said to you, by the way, you are correct.
Yeah.
There is no orange in Chipotle's carnitas, which I was shocked at.
I wasn't shocked because
But yes,
it tasted good. So, like I knew that it was
you
good.
knew.
So yeah, I mean we're definitely tightening the belt. We're doing daily reporting down the street at our manufacturing facility, and it's one of those things where we track so much stuff. And I'm always tracking things, following up on everything. But down there is a little bit of a black box. And the thing I struggle with is that we're writing software that will automatically track all this stuff. Like, it's like, hey, you push buttons, it moves from here to here to here, and it does it. But while that software is being done, I haven't really bothered with tracking some of the stuff. And now I'm like, we have to track. I need to know exactly how many hours each of these things are taking. And I need a daily report altogether because we have too many hours and we need to cut back on the hours.
Well, and we've talked about this, I think.
Manufacturing
so we don't need to beat a dead horse here, but in business it's like if someone feels like they need to be at work, like they can make themselves busy or they can work slower or if they need to be there for so many hours, like they're gonna just use up the time. Like they're required to be there and they're getting paid for being there. And if someone doesn't tell them differently, then they're not necessarily even taking advantage of the business because no one's going to raise their hand and be like, I worked so fast this morning that I got all my work done in 4 hours. So you can send me home early today and not pay me. It's like they're not going to do that. But if you're like, hey, work at the speed you would work at or try to produce, again, we've talked about this, not insane, where it's a bad work environment, but produce at a normal rate. And if there's not work to be done, then we need to be diligent. The managers need to be diligent in recognizing that and sending people home or telling them not to come in at all if the work's not there.
Right.
It's just in terms of business, you've got to have KPIs and you've essentially need to know what production looks like and what staff is needed at the rate of production. We're in a slow season right now. You've talked about other businesses that used to give us overflow that are going out of business. It's a tough time in the economy. And so it's like, is what it is.
It is what it is.
Is what it is. I mean, it's definitely a struggle.
No, all I can do.
We bought a business and
go out and sell. No, and the thing is that we've been building and building and building, and now we just have to sell.
Yes.
Nothing is more important than that. I wish I could just get like a lot of people that would come. The thing is, like, there are people that will do commission only, but there has to be a real path to get that commission. In the beginning, things can be so slow. Every time we've done that, we have just we haven't been able to hit certain things.
When it's a new product or a new market, regardless of how good the product is, like everything has a long sales cycle. So if you bring somebody in that's commission only and part of that time in attempting to get a sale to build up their commissions is introduction of the product, saturation of a market, like brand awareness, trust in the brand, those things take time. And if you're attempting to do those things and sell when some of these things could be like a 90-day sales cycle, a 6-month sales cycle. It depends on how big of the change is, how expensive it would be, who's the decision makers, what the process is. If it's 6 months, like to expect someone to be able to come on board, it's more of a side gig. Hey, do you want to do something on the side while you still have a full-time job?
Right, which is
And
what
as
Moonlight or
you-
Die is all about.
Right. Exactly. It is. It is.
It is all about that.
It's in it. You have to be hungry enough, because a lot of people with Moonlight or Die, you're not in a position to just say, I'm going to quit my day job with absolutely nothing going for me and cross my fingers that if I jump ship, spend a bunch of money to start my own endeavor,
Right.
or
You're going to
trust,
go down in flames.
Or it's going to be a really difficult time trying to pay your bills.
It's a difficult time when I'm not doing that.
No,
so.
exactly. I know. I was just talking to my financial advisor today, who I very much do appreciate the opinions of. And it is crazy. Like, in general, the economy and market and interest rates and what's going on. And, I liked what he said, which was, I have to remain optimistic. Like, that the whole goal is that we talked about technology and AI, and he was like, I have to hope that there's still an element of relationship building, because AI can certainly tell you what your annual contributions can be to a Roth account, but like utilizing a human who's researching the market.
If you have a good personality, you're going to be safe.
Right.
Because here's the thing. If you're an a-hole, you're going to be out of work, man. Like, you're just, no one's going to be, because people don't need to deal with you.
Anyone who's an a-hole probably only holds a job for so long right now anyway.
No, you'd be surprised how many a-holes still have jobs.
No, I know.
We still employ. Never mind.
No, we don't.
I know. I'm just teasing.
We don't.
No. We don't.
Oh, gosh. But anyway, he was talking about like just the United States and its position globally and how it's always going to be a powerhouse. He truly does believe that, but that there are a lot of other countries, Europe and Asia, and call it what you want to call it, that like are trying to become self-sufficient as well. Because as the world gets to be a more volatile place, international relationships can be severed. No one wants to be dependent on any other country.
You need to be energy dependent.
Exactly.
If you want to be a country that can survive anything, number one, you need to be energy dependent.
And
you need to probably be off the dollar.
And part of it is that, anyway, he was saying the United States themselves is attempting to be able to provide for itself and not necessarily help other countries as much as they always have been in the past.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And so it's like, but this position of power that the U.S. has held, it might soften just in the world in general, that.
Well, I think it softens from the standpoint that technologically, like, war is going to be different. Like, even this latest war is way different with drones and attacking. The first humanoid robots are being deployed in Ukraine, like
crazy.
human, like people robots with guns. It's so bizarre, but like drones are everywhere.
It is insane to take out the human element of war and say we can fight this with machines and technology, and no one's risking their lives like that. Now, don't get me wrong, people are risking their lives. In fact, lives have been lost, and it's incredibly sad.
Well, I was watching this video, and these guys had these helmets on, and they were like bad guys going behind like containers and stuff. And there was like all these drones that were just in the sky, like mapping the battlefield. And so the guy's looking through, and because they can see the people on the other side through the air, they're projection mapping it through their goggles. So they're looking at the people walking behind objects. So like there's no one hidden anymore.
Right.
Like you just go and you're just like, okay, there they are,
Was this a video game or was it?
No, it's real life.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
It's Palmer Luckey's company is doing this. Andril.
That's insane.
So he got fired from Facebook. I don't know if you know who Lucky Palmer is. He invented the Oculus. He started the Oculus on Kickstarter or
That's
Indiegogo, the 3D
VR glasses?
VR headsets. And then Facebook ended up buying them for a couple billion.
Couple billion?
A couple billion.
Wow.
And they just were a startup.
Wow.
And so he got the technology. And by the way, Meta just closed down the metaverse, or in the process of closing it down. So they've spent, I don't know how many tens of billions developing this virtual world. And they pretty much said, yeah, it's just a failure. Like, it's just.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, people will meet and go online. Like, no, people don't want to meet and go online. I mean, there are some people, little basement monkey, but
Bet there's some sad souls that just got sadder.
But you know
Their
what?
metaverse just
But
shut
like,
down.
think about this. Like, there's a. Do you know what Omegle is?
No.
Do you know what Omegle is?
We're looking at Maria. Like a
Because she's
Smeagol.
like, it's not Smeagol. That's
Isn't that Lord of the Rings?
This is Omegle.
Oh,
It's a platform where you can go online and it like rotates you through people and you're like meeting people.
speed dating.
It's but it's just
Virtually.
hanging people. But like Harry Mack is like one of my favorite people to watch, and he kind of like came to fame in Omegle because he would do the raps for people. He'd like, hey, give me 4 words, and he would do the raps. But anyways, I forgot where I was going with the Omegle thing, but
It's kind of important.
I know. I feel like it was like the basis of my entire thesis just now. But it was like, I know what I'm talking about. Like people who are in their basements.
Oh yeah.
They're not in like the metaverse. They're on things like Omegle because they still want to actually meet people. You know, so
Or you're playing video games.
and if you're playing video games, you're playing with your friends and you're kind of
Or
talking
with people
to them,
around the world.
and they're running around. But it's definitely different, right?
Well, it was interesting too. I was talking to my financial advisor about tech and the world and where it's going to go and generational wealth and just the ability to grow wealth within the next, 5 to 10 years, like what that all looks like. And he obviously agrees and understands and is researching technology and he's heard similar things. He has to stay optimistic about like the ability to invest and for those investments to eventually pay off over the course of time. Like that there's been and even with the real estate market and the younger generation has such a tough time being able to purchase homes these days or pay their bills. And, anyway, he was saying he would look even wider, like that if there is going to be all this technology like AI, that you're going to need to look further in terms of smart investments. Like what are the companies that are going to be used to cool these data plants? How are they going to clean the water that's being used to cool these data plants? And how are they going to host?
Data plants are only going to be in the United States or on the ground, on the earth for another probably 5 years.
And then what?
They'll be in space.
But wow, who's putting them in space and who, so it was just like, what are the
Rockets and rocket
companies that,
fuel. I think what we need to do is stock up on water and stock up on Patriot food supply.
okay, well, I am going to invest in the companies that make rocket fuel and you can have zombie food.
I'm gonna have zombie food, and you're gonna thank me. You're gonna be like, you know what? There's no oranges in this lemon food.
No,
zombie food.
I don't want to think of a world like that. I hope our children never even have to experience.
I certainly hope not either. But there's people in these other countries, and they're like, man, I hope Russia never invades us. And the next thing you know, they're invaded.
Well, that's horrible.
Like that's life.
I know life is crazy right now.
The United States is very blessed because we've never really had a domestic terror attack or a domestic war attack. You had Pearl Harbor, which was in the middle of the ocean, like far away from land.
Well, what'd
and
you
then you
consider
had
9/11.
And then you had 9/11, but that's a couple of airplanes. Like it wasn't like rockets coming nonstop. Like it wasn't like we went through 10 days of rocket barrage. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was horrible.
It's still I'm not underscoring the horribleness. I'm just saying like
I
there's a
understand what you're
huge
saying.
difference between
I understand.
sitting here and hearing missiles fly overhead.
I agree.
You know,
I know. We knew some people that were in Kuwait.
they were trapped in
and
Kuwait
Yeah.
and drove to Saudi and
Literally to get out after the airport's been hit 2 or 3 times now, and they couldn't.
And now you have TSA and on strike or not on strike, not getting funded.
Yeah, TSA is not getting funded, and now they've sent in ICE agents, and it's like,
Which is funny because the reason why they're not funding TSA is because they're trying to stop funding ICE.
who
The government.
is trying to stop funding ICE?
Correct. The Democrats want to stop funding ICE
So they've no longer
because
decided.
it's all underneath the Department of Homeland
So they've
Security.
stopped funding TSA.
No, they stopped funding Homeland Security, which TSA is underneath.
I feel like we need to stop this conversation because my mom's going to be listening, who watches the news all the time. She's going to be like, "Oh my God, Becky, I can't believe you don't know what you're talking about." I'm going to make myself look stupid here. All I know is the airports seem a little crazy right now.
You haven't even been to the airport, but yes, online it definitely. And, we were booking a trip, and I'm like, it's the prices. By the way, you know what?
Airlines?
$1,000 to do a flight and to go see my brother. And I was thinking, golly,
$1,000 to go to
Yes.
North Carolina, and
One
normally
way.
it's 300.
One way, nonstop.
One way,
nonstop.
stop.
And I was like, you know what? This has to be with oil and stuff. Like, I'm so glad that we bought our tickets for Christmas.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So now if you and
Well,
I
I want to
wanted
go to Tulum in 2027. This baby's coming out. I'm going on a girls trip. I better look to book that.
No, you do not want to book now.
Well, I'm going to keep it.
You're going to just hope that that oil's free in 2 years.
I don't know.
Cyber cabs are going to be driving us around. By the way, I'm actually thinking that it might be a good idea to get a cyber cab.
I don't even know what that is.
So it's like a Tesla, but it doesn't have a steering wheel or anything like that. And it's just a cab and it brings you to work. And then it can like go and do other cab things.
If you want to exchange your truck for whatever you'd like to get you around, that's
because I was thinking, okay, hear me out on this. Okay. It's 20 minutes to get to the office and I cannot text and drive or do work while I'm doing that.
Well,
If I get a cyber cab, I would pick up 40 minutes of extra work per day times 5 days a week. So how many hours is that? 200?
I don't know. I don't do math.
That is 40 minutes times 5. That's 200 minutes divided by. So it's about 3.5 hours of work.
Doesn't seem like that much.
Okay, but it'd be free because
Your
I can then
cyber cab's
send
not
my
free.
Yes, because I'll send the cyber cab to go out and do cabbie things during the day.
Cabbie thing?
Yes, and then it'll come pick me up and then bring me home.
Well, all I'm thinking is that the cyber cab certainly would have been convenient when your international employees were in town.
And it'll totally save us when then, because I can take it offline and then have it just cab. Actually, I don't need to take it offline. I'll just have it cab them and still do cabbie things all day.
Is that its name, cabbie?
I might call that one cabbie. I might.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I don't think we can spend money on anything right now.
Cyber cab.
But we talked about the yacht club before we went and visited our friend. Speaking of money that things we can't afford.
We already talked about the yacht club.
I know, but this weekend we went down to the Venice Yacht Club to visit some friends, and it was really nice.
We had a great time.
Yeah, they have a heated pool and everything,
and what's interesting about the yacht club is that there's no cash there. There's no payment. You just sign your name and it goes on your account. And so it was very hard for us to pay. Like we couldn't pay. Like there's no mechanism
you have
for
to
us
just
to pay.
like
Unless we like
Venmo
Venmo them.
which is like how it is. Well, it's not totally how it is if you go to like the Moose or the Eagles or VFW or any one of those.
No,
like,
you
clubs.
totally pay there.
Yeah.
You have to have a membership card to get in,
yeah.
but after that it's like,
Yeah, well, some of them are cash only and stuff.
Yeah, I think anyone who's cash only is like really,
But Abigail, she had her first little pool. Well, she's been in pools when she was younger, but it's finally getting into like summer pool season. We're getting her ready for the lake.
Oh yeah, I jumped in, swung her around.
I know.
Had a good time. I wanted to take her under, but
She's gonna
not
be
for
a
this
little
first
fish.
time.
Well, and also it's like we're with other people, so if it turned into like this sobbing
scream.
session,
Or if
it
I
was
drown my
like,
child.
yeah, no.
It'd be a horrible experience.
Well, I was speaking, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but there was this woman who's our neighbor. She's not the grandmother of this kid, but she kind of acts like the grandma. And this kid has swimming lessons. And she was like, okay, I am done taking your kid to swimming because it's traumatizing for everyone involved. And like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't be the person associated. And she said that in these swimming classes, they take the kid and they like have you put them under. And it's like 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000 under the water. And then
5 seconds.
5. She said she brought the kid up and literally they're like choking, like die. Like she's like, I'm terrified. So she's like, I'm not doing it again. And they're like, look at this other kid. And she was like, I don't care.
First of all, they don't tell you to do that. What they tell you to do is move in a
Just-
downward
yeah.
thrust through the water.
Like, so they're
So
moving.
they're going and they're moving
And it's
because they'll
distracting.
hold their breath.
Right.
You can't just dunk your. Well, I say that, but when I was a kid, my parents,
Your mother
my mom,
waterboarded you?
Yeah, they would throw us in the pool, and we'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And like there's pictures of us, like
That's
me
pretty
and my
good
brother,
sound.
like underwater, like blue.
Oh my gosh.
Then they pick us out and be like, oh, yo, you like
did it.
Yay.
That's crazy.
Then they do the encouraging words. You're like, whoa, and you're smiling.
I almost drowned once, but I think I've told that story before. My mom was putting on sunscreen. We were at a pool and I was at the bottom. She like thought that I could swim, but I couldn't.
Oh my Lord.
I mean, she knew I couldn't swim, but she thought that I was okay. And I was just like,
At the
literally-
bottom. First of all, I don't know how people get to the bottom because naturally people float, like you're filled with air. And
I wasn't floating. She jumped in and got
first
me.
of all, I'm really glad that you're alive.
Thanks.
Okay.
Me too.
Hey, mom.
My mom's the most
thank you
amazing
so
mom
much
in the entire
for
world. She saved
saving
my
her.
life. Yeah,
so that
it was a couple
I
of
could
times.
marry her.
So then there was another time in Tawas, I was completely above the water on a raft, but the current took me away towards a freighter coming in, and the life there was a lifeguard that lived next door who had to jump in and swim quite far to get me
You were just being sucked out.
in Lake Huron. Yeah, and
Okay, first of all, I've been there. You didn't get sucked out.
I was.
No.
It was the current was different those
There ain't
days.
no current.
Well, I did not jump out to get myself
There
back
ain't no
to,
current.
to shore. Well, maybe I was scared.
I'm going to bring that story up to the old Uncle B.
Anyway, my parents have been, well, not my parents, my aunt and uncle have been fishing. And so we did our annual fish fry, which was good the other day. But you don't eat it.
No, I did. I had a little bit of indigestion, but I also tried the new steak seasoning.
Yes,
So,
that day. Well, we had everybody try it. It was
we had
part of the
everyone try
trial run, which
it
was good.
It was good. We're going to tweak it a little bit. It's not quite where it needs to be, but
I know. And then on Sunday, oh my gosh, this is not funny, but so there was a baptism, and we decided against bringing Abigail because it was smack dab in the middle of the day. It was a 2-hour car ride to get there. Yeah. And so we decided
I
against
was like,
it.
I'll watch Abigail.
I know, which I have the closer relationship with the child that was actually getting baptized, and so it made sense. And so I drove down there solo, which I can't tell you the last time that I've like driven on the freeway for that long by myself, because normally you're driving. In fact, I drove home from the lake the other day.
I'm like your cyber cab.
After your 100 proof rum experience that we talked about last time, I had to drive home from the lake. So I've done a lot of driving lately.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan.
You're adulting.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of adulting.
I guarantee you that once I get a cyber cab, you're going to just take my cyber cab.
Oh, I probably would.
Because you won't have to drive. You'll just be like, you'll be in it.
I like the Atlas. I like our car that we got. But
trust me, I love
wonderful.
it too. But there's something to be said about not driving.
But so I get to this baptism. It was a wonderful service, perfect day. But it is so funny because we had some other friends coming. They've got like a year and a half year old. And they walk in the church, and the second they sit down in the pew, this kid's screaming. So the dad stands up, takes the kid, walks out of the church. We don't see him again. So they drove 2 hours in the car. The wife sat alone in the pew. The husband was, no, she was not next to me.
Oh,
yeah, because they got there 2 minutes before it started.
See, I thought, wait a second. You asked them to save you a seat, and then you didn't save her a seat?
Well, I did save her a seat until the rest of the family piled in. And then she had to be in the 2 pews behind because the family just kept coming. I was saving a seat, but I was one of the first ones there. I was actually the second person there, literally out of like 30. So I was so responsible. And then,
which is surprising since you drove, 2 hours.
Yeah, and you thought I was leaving late, but I was right on time.
You sped.
I didn't speed.
Okay.
I almost stopped at a bakery, but I didn't because I thought, no, be on time.
Thank goodness. Otherwise, you would have been late.
I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, she sat alone, and her husband was with the baby the entire time. And then afterwards, and the baby who got baptized only lasted like 20 minutes after the baptism. There's a perfect little baby for the baptism. It was great. And then she had to leave the church and come back later.
Right.
And so it's like babies just do not, you were saying they usually have daycare. I didn't really think about it, but like babies don't really, it's a lot to have a kid in church.
No, they don't have babies in church. They have.
Well, and the guy's trying to give his sermon, and even the 3-year-old's like making a bunch of noise, coloring and standing up and down.
Either places already have a place for you, or they'll sit there and after the songs, they go, "Okay, let's let all the little ones go to Sunday school," and then everyone gets up and they take their little kids.
Right. I don't
and everyone
really remember.
Then the congregation kind of thins out a little bit.
I haven't been like a huge churchgoer.
I've been to a lot of church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lots of experience.
I know.
I've been to like a couple dozen churches.
But yeah, I was glad because at first I was feeling guilty, like, oh, maybe we should have like all gone together. And then I was like, I'm really happy we didn't torture our child driving.
I literally
2
would have been
hours.
with the other guy, and we probably would have already been at the pub.
At the pub? What are you, English?
What do you call it?
It was a brewery.
Okay, pub, brewery.
Head down to the pub.
What a head down to the pub.
That's pretty good. Anyway, it was very
I think
nice.
we should. We have one more thing left to talk
wow.
about, which is the Murdoch Netflix series.
Oh,
But
we need to finish
let's
it.
Let's finish it and bring that up because there's a lot there.
And Easter's around the corner, so we still have time to talk about all that planning.
Yeah.
But the other thing, really quick, so I went to a new speakeasy in town last night.
Oh gosh,
This restaurant spent like so much money first of all, I love the owners of this restaurant. They have a couple others in town, and they're fantastic. We really enjoy them. This one, I didn't try enough to be like, oh, it's a good restaurant or a bad restaurant or anything like that. The speakeasy in the back is like cool. It's this private door that you have to get let into. They apparently like put up walls to make this possible, like in the venue that they owned already. They changed the entire concept of the restaurant, and it seems like a very expensive renovation. And inside, like they had guests, and keep in mind it was a Tuesday night. So it's like they had guests in there. They were all like, we were the youngest people in there by 40 years. I mean, it was an older crowd, and it's just not what I would have expected to see in like a back room speakeasy. Like
But it's that area of town.
Right.
Which
It
is
was just like
affluent,
locals.
kind of like older.
Yes.
You know, and oh, by the way, it's right next to the hospital.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, older people congregate around the hospital.
Really? They're just like, hey, we're going to go have a couple cocktails, but if anything bad happens, at least we can walk to the hospital? Like, what do you mean? That's where old people hang out, by the hospital?
Yeah. The housing
That
around
phone's
hospitals.
ringing again. I forgot to tell
It's
you.
okay.
The Kaloop phone rang today.
Yeah, did you answer it?
No, I didn't know what to say.
Hello, this is Kaloop.
Yeah. And then they're like,
That would have been a good start.
I thought so too, but then it's like, what do they need? And I
take a note. Hey, is Chris there? No, Chris isn't there. Is Robin there? No, Robin's not here.
literally no one's here that can help you right now. So you're probably better off leaving a message because I don't even have a pen. I just walked in the door. I'll answer it next time that I've had my training. I literally said to Maria.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to stop and we're going to give you some training.
Okay.
And next week, we'll talk about Murdoch.
Murdoch. And let's just say I thought it was the Murdaugh murders, which was like that boy in the boat and the pilings or whatever. And then they shot
Murdoch
people on the
family.
farm. Do you
It's
remember that one?
Rupert Murdoch.
Who owns like Fox News and literally the rest of the news outlets in the entire
Very
world.
big on the newspapers. And it's amazing the amount of influence that you can have when you own the newspaper.
And there we go. We've talked about it. Now we don't need to next week.
No, we got way more to talk about. So I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.